Buonasera. Ciao tutti.
Hello.
I'm throwing Jansen a lot of curveballs this evening.
Crazy day, dude.
Last minute readjustments are awesome. So.
I'm here for it. That was kind of fun. I'm sweating a little bit, but we're in it to win it. We're in it for the long haul.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Ramblestream number 78. We're happy to be back. Glad to see everyone already. We got 40 people, at least on YouTube, watching already. And we've only been on for
10 minutes.
Well, we've only really
only been 10 minutes.
Who watches the ride?
I mean, with a video that nice, Richard, I would watch it every time.
I have watched that video a couple of times, and it's like 45 minutes. And it's just like, it's so good looking.
It's kind of nice just to watch.
It really is. It really is. Some smooth music in the background.
Yeah. What's up, Dave? Seattle signing in on this sparkling spring day. 450 number 41, along with a 2016 R9T and a 2017 Bonnie 900 Street Cup with a local Scotch ale to wash it all down. Wow, that sounds like
Dave Bowen, always with the fine beer.
That was nice to read. Honestly, that felt good. We got Perry Ford coming in. Hello from Houston, Texas, y'all.
Bill Black, that's a new.
Bill Black. Halcyon number 709.
That's a low number.
That's a 250.
I don't recognize the name. Welcome if you haven't been on before.
Cheers.
Maybe he's just signing in for the first time.
Yeah, well, we're super glad to have you.
We are.
He did a little backwards. He said, "I'm going to buy a bike and then join the Ramblestream."
Yeah, that's weird.
I'm here for it. What are you sipping on here today? You were very excited.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. I have a selection of
show the people
seltzer waters.
Show the people.
Here we go. We got the whole lineup. We have. Well, we'll save the best for last.
Okay.
We've got first off my typical cheap, Better Goods. I think it's the Target brand, lightly essenced coconut lime sparkling water. We have the ever famous LaCroix. This is from the dented can for 25 cents.
Wow, I was about to say only 25 cents, and it literally is
a dented can.
It is a dented can. Wow.
Sparkling water lime LaCroix. And last but not least, I think I'm going to start with it. Unlike the wedding at Cana, where they bring out the good one second. We're going to bring out the good one. The Spindrift sparkling water and real squeezed fruit, passion fruit orange guava.
Good grief.
Next week, I'll be back with something actually with a little more kick to it. Bam.
Hello from Chicago. Mike says, "What's up? We're glad to see you from Chicago. Not too far away. Kelly, tuning in. Halcyon 450, number 236. A familiar face. Its name is Coyote. 2013 Harley Davidson Ultra Black Pearl. 2006 Harley Davidson Heritage. Say that one for me.
Elvira.
Okay. Out of Winchester. Sipping on gonna change it up tonight. Coca-Cola in a glass bottle.
No Orange Crush?
That's crazy. That's wild. I can't believe you've done this.
You're throwing Jansen off even further.
Listen,
tonight.
I'm already all jacked up, and now you're doing this. I don't know what's going on.
Well, I'll go ahead and do my introduction.
Yeah, go for it.
As we always do on the Ramblestream, if you're new, you can see everybody's already signing on with what they ride, where they're viewing from, and last but not least, what you're sipping on. My name is Richard Worsham, co-founder and designer here at Janus Motorcycles, broadcasting from the fabrication shop, which we call Turtle Top or TT. And I ride. And today was the first day that I've actually really got it out. Halcyon 250 number 68 was putzing around. It was covered in dust.
Good.
And I didn't wash it off before I rode it. So it's looking a little like it needs a wash. But it started right up. I did keep it on a battery charger.
Nice.
I did not drain my carb, nor did I put ethanol-free fuel in it before.
You're just asking for it.
But I started it up a couple of times over the winter.
Yeah, okay.
Do not do as I do. Do as I say. And tonight, as you already know, I'm sipping on unsweetened Island Punch Spindrift passion fruit orange guava. There you go. Anyway.
What a wild just I don't know if it's assumption, but a declaration that says this is going to taste like some kind of fruit punch or an island punch.
It doesn't taste like fruit punch.
That's
thank God.
crazy. That's
it's
crazy.
actually really good. It's really good.
Well, you don't like fruit
like
punch?
No, I don't like fruit punch.
Oh well.
But it's also 25 cents.
Dented can, baby.
Dented can is a local Amish store where you can buy all kinds of things at very, very low prices.
Outrageously cheap prices.
Some of them are not so outrageously cheap, but if you know what you're looking for, most of it is.
You just got to scope them out. Scope them out. My name is Jansen. I am also live here at TT in the paint booth, in the rocket ship, soon to be rambling on Griffin 450 number 5. Soon to be named as well. Sipping on another classic. See, I'm not throwing at you guys like a curveball like Kelly did. Another Ghost Energy, Swedish Fish flavored. If you want to drink something that tastes exactly like Swedish Fish, this is your go. Gosh, it's good. I'm all wound up today.
All right, let's do a couple more comments and then we'll move on.
Ooh, this is a fun one. Any plans to work with an EV company like Legacy to make an electric version? The only thing holding me back from Janus is that cost. Needs a proper engine. I'll be staying on my thrust.
Would you call an EV a proper engine? Dunda?
Hey, don't shoot the messenger, man. I'm just over here vibing. That is an interesting question, though.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it was a real one. I'm serious.
Well, let's
tell us. What was his name? Dunda?
His name was
Dundabird.
Dundabird, like Thunderbird. That's good. That's good.
Also, welcome to the Ramblestream.
Yes. Lo-Fi says, hi from Southwest Michigan. Halcyon 250, number 1,131. Mutt drinking water tonight.
Good to see you, Lo-Fi.
Got Jim coming in. Halcyon 450, 240, and Halcyon 450, number 300 in Lake Geneva, Wisconsin. Sipping on an NA Guinness Stout. Now, I am a huge fan of NA beers. It feels crazy to drink an NA Stout. So, Jim, if you would please let us know how it tastes. I'm very, very interested.
Nah.
No?
Nah.
No. Yes. Sorry. Nah. Okay. He said something a bit less replacement Chinese.
Oh. Okay. Well, as long as you're okay with all your batteries coming from China, then we can do an EV.
Right. I mean, you're kind of swinging both ways at that point. Electric would be a motor, not an engine. That's true, Chris. But I feel like it stays in the same category.
Yeah. Okay. Well, why don't we clip along here? We got a lot to cover this evening. We got a lot of builds of the week. So we're going to move 6 to be exact. We're going to move on to a poem. We're going to go back to my old friend, Mr. Richard Wilbur. And I picked this one because, it's just appropriate. You'll tell why. A Storm in April for Ben by Richard Wilbur. Some winters, taking leave, deal us a last hard blow, salting the ground like Carthage before they will go. But the bright, milling snow which throngs the air today, it is a way of leaving so as to stay. The light flakes do not weigh the willows down, but sift through the white catkins, loose as petal drift, or in an updraft lift and glitter at a height, dazzling as summer's leaf stir, chinked with light. This storm, if I am right, will not be wholly over till green fields here and there turn white with clover, and through chill air the puffs of milkweed hover.
We're supposed to get a storm on Friday again. It's like weekly. It's crazy over here. I just clicked on a comment and it didn't pop up. Here it goes. Hi guys, riding my Halcyon classic. Halcyon 450 number 256. I'd like to know if the charging system will accommodate an electric vest.
That is a great question. And I can't answer for your specific electric vest, but typically I will say that it will handle an electric vest, but not a whole lot else. So if you want to try and do like electric gloves and a vest and your GPS and and high beam or something like that, then you're probably asking for trouble. But as long as you're keeping relatively higher RPMs, it's the output comes off the stator, and so yes, it will handle an electric vest. It's basically, I would always tell people, is the 250. I think even the 250 and the 450, they're both about the same output stator as a KLR. The KLR can definitely handle an electric vest.
Lots of comparisons between KLRs and Janus motorcycles, Richard.
Yeah, well, that's what I know. That's what I know. But yeah, you can handle it. You can do a vest. And one thing that's nice about the bikes is you can check the well, I don't know what number yours is, if it has the voltmeter on it. If it doesn't, you can add one. But that's a good thing, is especially if you're running a bunch of gear off the stator, put a little voltmeter on there and you can just check if you're losing voltage.
That's a good word.
Yep.
Can you please say the name of the company so I know how it's pronounced properly?
It depends on which side of the Atlantic you're on. If you're in England, they pronounce it Janus. But here in the U.S., we say Janus.
Scarily close to another word that we're very familiar with.
In the comment section.
Hugh.
No, it's pronounced Janus. Or if you're a Roman, maybe Janus. But we aren't Romans.
I'm not Roman. I'm very American.
Yeah. They would have even had a J.
No?
No.
I didn't know that.
An I. Yeah.
Be more. Halcyon 450, number 46. Phoenix, number 43. German Dunkel. What is that?
Nice. Beer.
Beer. Short, happy, windy Tennessee ride today. I'm sure it's beautiful down in Tennessee.
Referee Moto. Let's see his comments. Referee says, bought the Bonnie from the same lady who sold Richard's family their first Vespa. Yeah. Referee has been sending me some messages on Instagram, even a picture with him and Chelsea.
What a crazy... what a crazy coincidence.
Yeah, well, he lives I don't know if he's in the same county, but right near where my folks are. Yes, really the first two-wheeled vehicle I ever rode was a 50cc Vespa we bought from Chelsea at what was then called Scoot Richmond, and it's now what does he say?
You threw up a thumbs up, I think.
Oh, nice. Oh, okay. Did I do that?
Yeah.
Balloons or something. We need to disable that function. Anyway. Chelsea has been awesome over the years. If you are in the Virginia area and you would like the best service you can have outside of Janus Motorcycles on a bike, take it to her. She can work on anything from 2-strokes to Indian motorcycles, English motorcycles, you name it. She's runs an awesome shop.
Dave coming in here with the electric vest comment. If you swap out all the bulbs for LEDs, you can run a Gerbings jacket, heated grips, and a Garmin GPS without a problem.
There you go.
Very interesting.
Yeah, the number one drain on your electrical system is your non-LED headlight. So if you do switch out the headlight, it makes a huge difference in what else you can run. They sip on the power.
That's actually really interesting.
Yep.
That's actually really interesting. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, if you want us to have a specific guest on, if you would like to be on, you can send us an email to rambling@Janus Motorcycles. Now on to our next segment, a fan favorite brought to you by Janus Motorcycles. We have Builds of the Week.
Really rocking the DJ voice.
I'm stepping into a little more confidence today.
Good.
First bike, what do we got here, Richard?
We have a 450.
It is a 450. This is John's 450, number 366, and I see that in our show notes, I didn't write where it's going. So, John, if you're here, where's it going?
Tell us where you live. Beautiful chassis, as you can see, made right here in TT. Forks are going on. Horizontal, which is our front swing arm. Shocks are on.
Where are those shocks from?
Icon in Australia.
Look at that nice little engraving.
Yep, that's the oil tank back there.
Contrary to popular belief, this motorcycle does have rear suspension.
That's right.
Going right along here. Oh,
what color solid leather is that?
Gosh, I don't want to be tested. It's red. I don't.
That's the ox blood.
Ox blood. That's what I was going to say. It was actually a test for you.
Oh, there we go. Is that copper? It looks like copper to me.
Yeah, it looks copper.
So we have a black bike. So technically, this is a frame match.
Right.
This is black primary color with two pinstripes, both which would appear on our monitor to be copper.
See if we
with skirted fenders, I should say. Yeah. Beautiful skirted fenders.
Yeah, those skirted fenders are a showstopper. Every time I see them, it's crazy.
One of these days we're going to stop oohing and awing over it.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know, man. It's beautiful.
There's an electrical system going in.
Oh yeah, that's interesting. Talking about
Yep.
heated vests and
All
all.
contained right there under the tank. Air filter.
That is definitely copper.
Incidentally, a bit of random trivia. We're about to shift a design feature on the Halcyon 450, which will mean absolutely nothing to you other than that we're moving the airbox door from the left side of the bike to the right side.
You know, is it going to be like one of those moments? You don't change your air filter or clean your air filter nearly as much as what you fill up a gas on a car. But have you ever gotten in a car and the gas door is on the complete opposite side than what you're used to?
Well, luckily this is not going to have that. But the reason we're doing it is that the Griffin has an exhaust on that side.
Oh.
So rather than having two different airboxes, we're just going to shift all of them to the door on the other side.
That makes a lot of sense. Woo! Rear fender, Rambo caliper.
Mm-hmm.
We'll go back
Beautiful.
to that.
Look at that.
It's such a nice contrast, that bright silver.
Number 366, he's got the number plate on there, and this is not LED headlights. That's an incandescent headlight.
Hey, careful running
classic.
heated vests off.
Yeah, classic look, though.
He's got the tie downs, too.
Mm-hmm.
Man,
and then we've
looks
got
good.
the copper matching feather logo on the tank with the two-headed Janus God fuel cap, my favorite.
We're going to kind of fly through these, Richard.
We got a lot of them. Yep. Beautiful bike, though.
That's a great looking.
And the wheels are pinstriped, too.
Ooh.
Nice.
Nice little touch. It looks to be kind of loaded a little bit.
It is, yeah.
All right, that's our first one. Second, we've got what is it? I can't read that from here. I got bad eyes. Emrin, Halcyon 250, number 1073, the second one there on the list.
Emlyn, it looks like.
Yes.
Emlyn.
I changed the picture. I'm learning.
Oh, good. There you go. And this
First, right out the gate, we know what color it is. Dang it.
What is this color?
It's vintage red.
Oh, there we go. Vintage red. Awesome. Beautiful. All right.
Well, we're right in it.
Painted bars. We got the 250 engine in there.
It's crazy to me how I see these bikes all the time. Not nearly as much as you, but a lot. And it's crazy to me how two bikes that are basically the same can look so different.
Mm-hmm. Saddle brown leather battery box cap. So we got a single pinstripe. Ah, look at that.
That's a good looking.
Single pinstripe in gold. And you cannot go wrong with the gold on the vintage red.
No.
Classic. With the classic Janus tank logo. The 250 airbox door will not shift to the other side. It'll stay.
Thank goodness.
Incandescent bulb there in the headlight. And we got a wide line seat in saddle brown to match that battery cap.
There it is. That's a great looking motorcycle.
Beautiful.
Next is a special one. You want to talk about this one a little bit?
It looks like a 450. Let's see what it says. Oh, yeah, that one. So we've been talking about this for a couple of weeks now. The Bergen Community Schools have ordered a bike for their students. It's a technical school. And last week, we had another meeting with them where they had some time. The students had time to formulate questions for us about the bike. But they ordered a bike from the principal or head of the school. I'm a fan of Janus.
I'm convinced he just wanted a motorcycle and found a way to do it without having to pay for it.
They ordered a bike, and it was the paperwork heavy, let's just say, on our end.
I can
probably
only
theirs
imagine.
too, but it was.
You were buying a motorcycle for a school.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. Anyway, they received the bike. They had it in the classroom when we were doing the Q&A. The basic story on that is that they are we've set them up with a really cool engineering project to help make a new it's kind of like a theoretical upgrade for the Janus bikes, which removes the anti-dive from the leading link suspension.
So cool.
Anyway, moving on.
I've never seen a detailed picture of the foot peg before in our build albums, but I'm here for the artistic take.
There we go. Yeah, we got all kinds of details. All kinds of details. Look at that oil cap.
Hey, there's a little Easter egg.
Yep, that's the turtle top logo.
Very cool. What didn't there used to be a little raccoon logo?
There still is.
There still is,
but only if it comes from the Amish shop.
Yeah.
That means it's a 250.
What is that right there, Richard?
That is a fuel bottle mount for the 450. Available on our website or when you order your bike.
Gosh, that's such a cool picture. I love seeing
This is a cargo rack on there as well.
a sprung cargo rack.
Mm-hmm. Saddle brown Sergeant seat.
Now, who decided? Did they do like a vote, or is it the principal?
I'm not sure what Rich's title is. But,
Okay. Did he get to design this?
I think he did.
Oh.
I think he worked with him on it. So here we have another 450 in Charlevoix blue with copper pinstripe. Beautiful, simple, single pinstripe. This is number 362. Where is this one headed?
This one, I don't know.
Dan and Marie?
No, this is the same one. This is the same bike. This is still.
Oh, they got a blue one.
They got a blue one.
364. Hold on, go back to that number plate.
Is this the
362? We skipped on to the next one. Dan and Marie.
We're in the same album.
Oh.
You know, it's the Ramblestream. It's okay. We're in the same album. I don't know if it goes back. We're just gonna cruise through.
I think you just queued up the wrong bike.
Did I queue up the wrong bike?
You were so happy about it.
Man, I was doing so good. I queued up the wrong bike, guys.
It's all right.
Here it is. Okay.
Just go through the pictures. Let's just see what color it is. I think it's cream, actually, now that I think about it. And is it cream? Oh,
Hey, okay.
Ducktail fenders.
You know,
gold.
I get one free mistake every stream. The next ones I have to pay for. Gosh, that cream looks so good.
That's my favorite.
This is literally this is 68, but a 450.
Yep, exactly.
Ooh.
Very nice. That's very, very, very classic.
Yeah, what a great looking bike.
Number 364.
364.
This is the one that's headed to New Jersey.
Yes.
Or it's actually in New Jersey already.
We already did Dan and Marie's Halcyon 450 number 362.
Which Dan and Marie is a beautiful bike, by the way.
It is gorgeous. That blue looks very good.
And so let's go to the last one. This is James, number 367. And this looks like it's going to Alabama. And he has picked a frame matched 450 in olive drab green. And I can't quite tell if that's a matte finish or not. It looks like it might be. It is a matte finish.
Is it matte?
Yeah. This is our satin olive drab. Oh, look at that. Is that black pinstripe? Or is this a Fort Goshen with no pinstripe? I can't quite tell. This is a Fort Goshen.
It's no pinstripe.
Yep. The Fort Goshen is a sort of military themed version of the Halcyon.
And I love how the speedometer just fits right in
asymmetrical.
Woo!
Got a cargo rack on there. Saddle brown leather. You can't. I mean, saddle brown. Maybe black would be okay on a OD green.
I don't know.
Saddle brown is just classic, especially if you're familiar with like the old Harleys and Indians.
Yeah. That looks so good. Notice that little Janus logo on the
swing arm pivot.
Swing arm pivot there.
And it's on your axles. And we got a nice stenciled-esque number plate up there. That must be. It says his name is James, so that must be his initials. Maybe he was born in 1919. That'd be cool.
That would be wild. that would be insane. So, do you know anything about 3A 480 3TB?
I don't.
No.
3A 4AD. I have no idea.
I'm gonna get there. It looks cool though.
Very nice. Oh, look at that.
That's
so there's your military white star on the olive drab. Beautiful bike.
That's a great looking motorcycle.
We should make them with like blackout lights on the front.
That would be pretty cool.
That would be really cool.
That would be super cool.
Illegal for the road.
But hey, it won't be a factory option. You'll just buy it separately.
Yeah.
It's like what they do with the Hellcat package. Doesn't Dodge? I'm pretty sure they send a drag package that's like $1 add-on. Since they can't legally sell it with the car, that comes with like rear. This might be a myth. I've seen it on YouTube, so everything's true, right?
I mean, everything we're saying is true. Right?
Yes. So it comes with like huge fat drag tires in the back and really skinny front tires. and some. I think there's like a different air filter and some other performance enhancing modifications.
Oh, well, I
in this big
I
crate.
think I know someone with one of those.
Oh,
I
yeah?
should ask him if it came with drag racing wheels.
Yeah, you should. Bert says possibly a military unit ID. I guess
Could be. Yeah, could
that
be.
would
I don't
make
know.
a lot of sense. Refrimoto says I love the test ride video in Indiana with the cream colored bike.
Nice.
Here, okay. I was close.
Oh,
I was
Felix
close.
Brothers coming in for the save here.
Demon package for the Challenger. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you for steering me in the correct direction. I knew it was something.
That's what the comment section's for.
Goodness, what would you do without the chat? What do you got for us this week as far as things go, Richard?
Things. Where did I put it? Oh, it's over here. Things of this world. We're on the kind of a tool kick right now. I mean, we could go on this tool kick for quite a while, but maybe we'll switch it up next week.
Who doesn't love cool tools?
But this week we have, and I don't know if we're going to be able to see this really clearly. Do we have the iPhone?
Well, I can try. If you guys are willing to,
I'm going to talk a little bit, and Jansen's going to figure out how to make this work because we had to make a last minute adjustment to our format here this evening. So this is. I'm not sure if any of y'all are familiar with just like German tool quality. They are. Is it up there? Oh, there it is.
There it is.
Okay. Hello, everyone. But there's a lot of companies in Germany that make just gorgeous tools, and one of them is Knipex, which we've talked about before. Which you love my German Knipex pliers. But another company is called, it's spelled W-E-R-A. You can see it right here. But it's pronounced Vera.
Oh, it's nice and backwards for you.
I think, in German. But it's not Vera, it's Vera. But this is a incredible little, basically almost everything you need in a small package. So my favorite part of this is just playing with it, but this is the ratchet.
Gosh, it's so tiny.
It's tiny. This thing it's designed, that weird handle is designed for it to fit your fingers. So it fits like this. And then it has like a 6-degree click. So it's
you have to hold it up to your mic.
Yeah, here we go.
It's so if you guys can't hear that, it sounds so good.
Anyway,
it kind of sounds like a little bug.
It's pretty incredible. So anyway, that is part of it. The case that it comes in is plastic, unfortunately, but it's pretty cool regardless. But anyway, it comes with a little driver, which we can put in here. And then you can flip out this part, and there's a socket attachment.
Jim calls that a knuckle buster.
Yeah. And then on this side, we have our sockets. Now, my story with this tool, with this, if we can get it in the camera,
I'm flipped.
is that this is my second Vera toolkit. My first one was stolen I was doing a delivery run through Albuquerque, and I didn't realize that Albuquerque is kind of a crime-ridden city in some areas. But anyway, they broke into the van, stole my toolkit, but they didn't steal 6 motorcycles and like tens of thousands of dollars in camera equipment out of the back.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm on my second one, but one of the things that I had done that I haven't done yet on this is almost the perfect tool sizes for your motorcycle, your Janus motorcycle, except it doesn't have a 14. But you can buy one. You just replace this rather pointless 5.5 millimeter.
You don't have tons of 5.5 size bolts.
I don't, but I do have several of these 5.5 sockets because I've replaced them.
They're all just in the trash.
Anyway, so that's the one recommendation I would make. But anyway, just to show you all, we'll put a 12 on here, and you have the cutest little.
It looks kind of goofy.
Well, if we want to make it, let's make it less goofy here. Hold on. I mean, humor me here.
Okay.
Now, this is remarkably functional.
Yeah,
I will tell you.
I can only imagine.
You can wail on this thing. It's very strong. You can put a lot of torque on it. It's, of course, bidirectional. I can go on this for quite a while. Absolutely cool little tool. But the last piece that's kind of neat is down on this end. Pop this off. Here's your screwdriver.
Shoot.
And then it, of course, has a full range of all your star bits, various types, Allen keys, flatheads, Phillips of
That's
every
a lot of
variety that you
bits.
want. And you can get replacement versions of all these. And it has a really sweet little quick release mechanism here, which
That's pretty
I'll
cool.
just show you how cool it is. This is, I use it more for fidgeting with, but
That's an expensive fidget toy.
you just pull this little thing out and it pops off.
Huh.
Like, super easy.
That's pretty
And
cool.
then if you want to lock it in.
Oh, that was nice. That was nice.
Anyway, so this is certainly not what I would say is a necessary tool, but it is quite handy. They come with little pouches you can put them in. If you appreciate fine German engineering,
As most of us do, I would
it's
have
not
to
the
imagine.
cheapest toolkit in the world, but it's
How much
fun.
is it?
About $100.
$100?
I mean, you get a lot of stuff with
That's
it.
a lot of stuff.
It's really ideal. What I find it ideal for is you just stick it in like a kit, and then you just know you've got basically anything you want.
Anything.
For, this along with a Kniepex, and you're set for the apocalypse. So long as the apocalypse is metric.
Yes. Heaven forbid the apocalypse isn't metric.
Well, it probably will. It probably won't be.
I declared that little tool set to be adorable. Racing the Sun says.
It is pretty adorable. Pretty cute.
It's cool though. I love small tools. I love the thought behind it. You can look at it and say like, oh, they actually kind of put a lot of thought and engineering into this thing.
They also have a lot more. They have like thousands of other variations of tools from Vera. So
I love it.
check it out. I did put a link in the YouTube.
Did
If
you?
you want to check it out?
Yeah.
You can lose a lot of time or money on that website.
Richard, you're getting called out. Did you receive Kelly's letter?
I have not.
Uh-oh. Got lost
Did
in
you
the
send
snail
an
mail.
email or a letter?
Snail mail.
Oh.
Well,
I look forward to when it does show up.
yes, we have.
I like letters
Wait.
because, and when you send me a letter, I respond. I like sending letters.
We
so-
did talk about that a little bit last week. So if you guys want to catch that stream, you can see it, find it on our YouTube channel. It's up there. We talked about the history of the notebook and how it's actually one of the most impactful inventions in the world, which is crazy. Richard, what was I going to ask you? Oh, we had a comment come in this week.
Oh yeah.
Do-
I don't have it pulled up.
I can pull it up.
It's a doozy.
It's a long one. I'll let you read it.
I'll read it.
The more
If y'all can summarize it in one sentence,
I would be.
it's actually not that hard.
No.
All right, here we go. Wow, it's really long. Okay. Mitch sent this in.
Yes.
Thank you, Mitch.
Oh, Mitch also sent us the builds of the week. Thank you, Mitch.
Hi. Well, who is this from? This is from, I don't think he lists his name. Anyway. Hi. I have noticed your motorcycles online, and I have been checking them out.
You guys buckled in? Okay.
They definitely have a unique look to them, kind of more back kind of, late 19th century, early 20th century look to them. I'm a little put off by the price of them. However, to me, it is crazy that you guys are charging $12,000. And I think that is actually on special for the house. How am I pronouncing it correctly? 450, which it is fuel injected, but it is not on lock brakes, and it is 30 horsepower single cylinder engine. I can get a Harley Nightster that is 90 horsepower with a 970 cubic centimeter engine with analog brakes. Sorry.
Crazy.
And fuel injection. And I would still have an extra $4,000 to $5,000, depending on how you are selling those, in my pocket to buy something else. It is just mind boggling that you guys are so in this little niche that you are. So I do not want to use the word arrogant, but it is not in reality, because we are talking fair market value. And I do not see how anyone could justify spending that kind of money on a bike when you have all these other options out there. And wow, I am surprised you guys are even able to sell motorcycles. You might have just made some real niche market. That is kind of some oddballs that are willing to just kind of empty their wallet for that. I mean, 15 grand. I saw $14,995 for the sales. It is down to 12 now. But I mean, for a few more thousand, I can get a Honda Goldwing, So I do not know what you guys are putting in your tea. This is great. But you need to come down off that high horse on the price there. That would be my suggestion if you really want to sell motorcycles. You really want to make a big profit. You need to take that price down.
Bro, it keeps going.
I would not personally pay any more than about $5,000, maybe $6,000 for a 200 5, 450. Not much more for that year. You know, I would say more. I would say like $4,000 for the 250 and maybe 5.5 for the 450. And that is still questionable. Thanks for your time.
That's crazy. It just kept, I forgot how long it was. It is so you guys can't. Oh, you kind of can.
They heard it. That's
it's
all right. That's
so
all
long. Do you hear someone crying? Yeah, I heard some crying there for sure. That was a little bit of wow. I think he just really wants one, like really bad.
I'm not actually mocking the person. I'm just saying it's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot.
There's a lot went into that.
He seems like the kind of person that just writes exactly how he's thinking, and there's a portion of that I can respect.
Yeah.
No need to overly articulate.
There's probably like voice dictation or something.
That would be sick.
Assuming. Yeah.
That would be sick.
Anyway,
that's what a great comment this week. I love reading those.
Is that we're just going to leave it at that one?
I'm just going to leave it at that one.
Just carried the,
I feel like that was enough. I feel like that was good.
All right. What are we doing next?
Riggedy says, "Well, I already know I'm an oddball. Glad I found my tribe." Yeah, he was fun. He was fun. He needs to move out of his parents' basement. You know,
zinger.
Sometimes you live in your parents' basement to save some cash. You know,
for a Halcyon 450.
He's trying to buy a Halcyon 450. I respect it. Respect the grind. Respect the grind. We've got a couple things coming up. This segment is, again, brought to you by Janus Motorcycles. It's crazy that we are just so lucky to be sponsored by them. It's really cool. That's really cool.
Thank you, Janus.
What do we got coming up here, Richard?
Well, this week is a very busy one, as usual. Well, last week, I'm not going to dig too much into politics, but last week was a bit crazy.
Yeah.
Especially if you're a U.S. manufacturer sourcing components from the global market.
Yes.
We have gone, some of our components have risen in price by 150%. And so we are in the thick of trying to navigate all that so that we do not have to pass those prices on to people like this guy in his basement or wherever he is.
He's going to have to stay there for an extra couple of years.
Yeah. We're working through all that. Fear not. We have lots of options, but we are, if you know anybody with some political heft, give me a call. Send me an email, rambling@janusmotorcycles.com, and we're all ears. No, in all seriousness, we are working through that, and we're working on how we don't have to pass all the prices on to our customers because we've been working really, really hard over the last year to bring the prices on our bikes down as far as we can, and still actually be a viable business.
Yes.
Handmade motorcycles are not cheap to make. And if you do want a really affordable bike, maybe you're not ready for a Janus yet, or you just want to get on two wheels, there's tons of really great options. Yeah. I am one of the only reason I am on Facebook is because of that lovely place called Facebook Marketplace.
It's a black hole. You know, it'd be a fun segment to go on Facebook Marketplace and look at some of the deals that are on there for motorcycles.
Yeah. There's some really great deals. Anyway, it's been a crazy week. This week's also going to be crazy for different reasons. We have a YouTuber in town who's going to be building a Janus motorcycle, and then she's going to be riding it from here to Los Angeles.
That's cool.
Like she's building it is Doodle on a Motorcycle, and some of you all may be familiar with her YouTube channel. It's a really, really great YouTube channel. She's been doing it since 2016. And then since 2021, full time, like professionally making videos on motorcycles. She's a wonderful person. We kind of have been watching her content for a while and thought this might be the kind of person that would really appreciate a Janus. And she will be riding cross country on a 250 that she built.
That's cool.
So there'll be some folks looking over her shoulder and making sure everything goes together properly.
I'd say just send it.
Well, we also have a timeline. She's here for 3 days.
Okay, well,
so we're in the interest of making sure that everything goes together smoothly. But she's going to be building the bike. She's even doing some pinstriping.
That's cool.
She's making some fenders.
That's so fun.
And then of course she's getting a lot of video content along the way, which helps us because we like it when people with a different perspective share their experience on a Janus. That's why we love people like Rev Free Moto on here putting out videos. All of you all who have put out your own videos or who have featured, like maybe we can send you a camera and a mic and you can talk about your Janus experience. It's really great. So look for a video on riding cross country on a Janus from Doodle on a Motorcycle very soon. If you just go under YouTube and type in Doodle on a Motorcycle, our channel will come up.
Pops right up.
So very exciting. Next up, Distinguished Gentleman's Ride is kicking off for 2025. And the exciting news this year is I have finally got my act together enough and gotten a response from the DGR people. We are hosting our own
Let's go.
DGR ride.
Let's go.
Goshen, Indiana. The tiny city of Goshen has its own Distinguished Gentleman's Ride. If you are not familiar with that event, it is an annual event been going on since 2014. Founded in Australia, actually.
Crazy.
A guy named Mark Hawa, and it is the whole idea is you get on a motorcycle on a Sunday morning in your most distinguished, dapper attire that you can possibly imagine. You ride a motorcycle like a Janus or a historic motorcycle, a classic styled motorcycle.
Dressed to the nines.
And you do a ride, and you try and hit cities and wave to people and make a big splash. And then you also raise funds for some really worthy causes. Men's mental health and suicide prevention, prostate cancer research. And last year we raised over 10 grand for this cause, and they raised millions of dollars, and it's all going to a really great cause. So look for emails coming out soon about how you can participate. You do not have to be in Goshen and on our ride to join our fundraising team. So you can join the Janus fundraising team. I will be sending out emails. So please subscribe to the Janus email list, and you will get updates on all that. And we'll track how much money we're raising. It's, again, as I say, it's an awesome cause. If you live wherever you live, there's probably a DGR ride happening somewhere near you. We've gone to Chicago. We've done Indianapolis. Yeah. We've not done Fort Wayne yet. We've mostly done the South Bend ride, but we are hosting our own. So if you're in the area, if you're anywhere near us, please consider joining our ride as well. We have a pretty cool route that I think is going to work out. If we'll do a different one, if not, it's fun. But the one that I'm planning on, I'm working with Ray Lazat, who's sometimes on here on the Ramblestream, and I think it's gonna be really neat. So
yeah, Uncle Voodoo says my most dapper attire is my leather jacket and Sunday blue jeans.
Well,
hey man,
that's what you should wear. That's what you should wear. Even if you don't have a bow tie, maybe you can rock the bow tie too.
Maybe you could.
All right. Last up, we have some really great specials going on Janus motorcycles, and we also have, they're not a whole lot listed on the site yet. We have a lot of used bikes. If you're maybe living in your parents' basement and
you just need a little discount,
there's some used bikes that need it too.
This poor guy. I kind of feel bad.
Yeah, we're not mocking. We like it. It's great fodder.
Yes.
If they're not listed, give us a call. There's some beautiful ones. There's a emerald green Griffin 250 with gold pinstripe. Really good looking bike that just came in. So check out our used bikes. Give us a call if it's not listed. Talk to Mitch.
Yeah. Speaking of rides, speaking of riding across the country, speaking of someone doing that on a Janus motorcycle.
Yeah.
We're going to start rambling about
here we are.
One of our, what are some rides that we'll never forget?
Do you have a ride in mind for yourself?
Well,
I don't want to put you on the spot, but
I do, but I have very few.
Right.
But there's one that sticks in my memory, and it's not like I traveled from the most northern tip of Maine to the most southern tip of Florida.
Okay.
But there was there's a festival in my town called the Maple Syrup Festival.
What's your town? Napanee?
Wakarusa.
Wakarusa.
Please. How dare you?
They're like, how far apart?
Like 7 minutes.
Okay.
And between the two of them is just farm.
It's where all your 250s are made.
Exactly. Literally. But they always do a parade in the morning, and it's like a classic small town kind of event. Well, for a few years now, what I've done is every morning, the morning of the parade, so it's a Saturday morning, I'll go out and beat the parade, and I'll go for a ride just around all of Elkhart County. No point.
So on that maple syrup day? Or
on the Maple Syrup Festival, the very first day, it's become like a ritual of mine to just go on a ride, and if I'm lucky, I'll be able to stop and get some coffee, stop in at North End Cycle and look at some of their stuff there. It's just a local bike dealership, and I just kind of putz around for a little bit. And if I'm really lucky, I get back just after the parade.
Oh, nice.
And I get to weave in and out of all of the traffic in the middle of going into the bustling town of Wakarusa. Get to ride my motorcycle on sidewalks and just do a bunch of stuff that you don't normally do. And I look forward to it every year.
So
and
not like a long ride.
No,
It's just something that you do once. It's kind of an
once
annual
a year
thing.
Yeah.
That's really neat.
And it's not normally the same every year. Like it's just a good time.
Have you ever done any long distance rides?
Mm-mm. Well, the longest I've done is to Indy.
Yeah.
So a couple hours.
Yeah, but that's not what you put on your list.
No.
That's cool.
No, that one kind of sucked, not gonna lie.
One of the rides I went to Indianapolis, on the way back, I had like full on dirt bike tires. I think they were Dunlop 605s, which is what we put on the Griffin. But I had been running them for a while on my KLR, and they got like out of round.
Oh.
You know, like the really aggressive tires, and my whole bike was shaking, and I was looking down at because there's a telescopic fork on a KLR, and the fork was just going in and out like this. Yeah.
Now, do you consider that a fun?
That's not my ride.
Is that fun number 2, or is that?
Yeah, that's fun number 2.
Is that past it? Like not fun at all.
That's the essence of fun number 2. I mean, I was very nervous about my bike because I was thinking about how all the heat.
Yeah.
That it was, because you're just like hauling down the road, and
right?
It's just the shock absorbers are like. Everything was fine.
Oh, here we go. We got a story from Red Free Moto.
Okay.
A few years back, I had a gigantic Harley Davidson Ultra Limited. I took my 75-year-old Vietnam vet father-in-law on the back of the bike to his first ever Rolling Thunder to DC.
Wow.
I'll
nice.
never forget it.
That sounds awesome.
I got goosebumps. That's an awesome ride.
That's great.
What about you, Richard?
Well, I think I'm going to talk about 2 rides.
Okay.
My favorite ride. One of them is not my favorite. One of them is definitely fun number 2.
Okay.
But it was very memorable. And if you're
if
you're a Janus employee, you probably know about the ride that I'm talking about. Actually, Mitch just wrote a blog post about it.
Did he?
Very apropos. I just sent him an email saying, this is very apropos, Mitch, because I'm going to be talking about this tonight. Look for a blog post on the Janus site soon about this ride.
Yes.
We were in Sturgis, South Dakota last summer.
Okay.
It was August. And we decided, well, I was just there. I was working. We were all working. I was tired. And one of our employees, whose name is Hannah Lehman.
I was about to say, who will not be named? You named her.
No, I'm going to name her. I was borderline furious at one point during this ride.
Just upset, a little upset.
But she said, we need to go down to the Iron Mountain Pass, which is a famous motorcycle route outside of Sturgis, south of Sturgis. It's a kind of a long ride, which I didn't know. I'm like, this sounds great. It's 5:00. We're getting off work, working the booth at Buffalo Chip. We'll go to this place. Everybody had to get together, and we rode down there. And by the time we got there, we got to the Iron Mountain Pass. It was like almost dark. And we got to the Needles, which are these beautiful rock formations.
Okay.
And I was like, I could hear thunder in the distance. I'm like, okay, well, guys, we need to go find some shelter. Let's go get something to eat. Let's go go to a restaurant where we can park the bikes. I bet we can make a dash for a restaurant around here. Get out of the road. Mm-hmm. Well, they're like, oh yeah, okay, well, let's just keep going on this road here and we'll find a place. Well, that road that we just need to keep going on was the Iron Mountain Pass, which is like, I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm exaggerating. It felt like 25, 30 miles.
Oh no.
And this is like optimal motorcycle routing. So you can imagine
super
very hilly, switchbacks. At one point, the road actually loops back completely on itself over a wooden bridge. Well, we proceeded to ride through a torrential lightning storm with 8 Janus motorcycle employees, all riding Janus bikes.
Oh my
gosh. No one had rain gear. And it was pitch black.
Uh-huh.
Of course, like punctuated with blinding flashes of lightning. Oh yeah, Hannah was driving a van behind us.
Yeah, so she had no skin in the game. She said, "Yeah, we should all definitely do this."
Anyway, we rode the beautiful Iron Mountain Pass, and I have no recollection whatsoever of it, other than that I could see it trying to follow a taillight.
Hoping you don't fall off the side of the mountain.
So that was a memorable ride.
Uh-huh.
Yes, that was a memorable
That's
ride.
great.
It's getting me a little worked up thinking about it. Luckily, all the crew had a really good time. I think it was memorable for them too.
Yeah.
Mitch really did a great. He did a little write up that he just sent in over the weekend.
I'm excited to read it.
We'll post it. But interestingly, my other favorite ride, I've ridden a lot of long distance riding, as some of you all know.
Uncle Vitus says you'll either have a good time or a good story to tell.
Yeah, it's true. That was definitely fun number 2.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I'll be fair. I've done a lot of long distance riding. I've done a lot of long distance riding with just myself, which is probably one of my favorite ways to ride.
Mm-hmm.
I've also
Why is that?
You're really in the zone. I mean, I think if you really want to experience like just the essence of connection with the machine and yourself, there's a beauty to riding alone. Now, and just like read some of the stories, that blog posts I've done on like iron butt riding. Like iron butt riders almost always one by themselves or maybe one other rider. And I've done some long distance riding with one other rider, and those two, that's almost becomes like a dance. By the time you've ridden 18 straight hours or maybe 23 hours with another guy, you're like, you know, every move. It's you can ride like super close or not or whatever. But my most memorable ride I want to say is another group ride with Janus employees. That's what got me into riding. Group rides, and we were at the Barber Vintage Motorcycle Festival in 2018, it was early.
Yeah.
I think 68 had a sidecar on it at the time.
Whoa.
Or maybe it was number 000. I can't remember. But anyway, I was riding a sidecar Halcyon 250, and a group of us rode from Barber.
Was there someone in the sidecar?
I don't know. There wasn't, which was made it extra sketchy because it's like there's no weight in it. But we rode from Barber Motorsport Park, which is a beautiful motorcycle museum and racetrack and camping area, to Modus, which is what was, and they're no longer in business, amazing American motorcycle company who we made friends with. They let us set up a demo at their factory. They made a V4. They called it the baby block. It's like half of a Chevy V8.
What?
Yeah, it was a really cool motor.
That's
really cool
crazy.
bike. Small team, just like us, except much bigger bike.
Yeah.
When we rode down through the mountains into Birmingham at night, and we were hauling, and I was riding a sidecar, going around these corners, and it was the most fun ride. I mean, it may not have been the most fun ride I've ever had, but it was one of the most memorable.
Yeah.
And I just remember the tail lights at night with a bunch of other 250s just carving up these canyon roads.
That's fun.
It was just amazing. So yeah, I could list solo rides I've done.
Yeah.
But that was one that I think really, when I was thinking about tonight, stuck out for me.
Yeah, spoke the essence of what it means to ride.
Yeah.
Fair Kid, what's up? How you doing? I don't think I'm familiar with your name. How you doing? Glad to see you in the Ramblestream. Memorable rides take a time to soak in the world, people, and nature.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, there's this concept about fun number 2, how fun number 2 is fun that you never want to have again, is seemingly
we're talking about these concepts. If you'd like to learn more about them,
this stream is brought to you by the Ramblers Companion.
The Ramblers Companion is the book that we came out with about this time last year, maybe a little over a year ago. It's called The Ramblers Companion, or the Art, Practice, and Enjoyment of Lightweight Motorcycling, and it has an entire chapter dedicated to fun number 1 and fun number 2.
Oh, Fair Kid is new. He's waiting for 391.
Oh, nice. Congrats, man.
Nice. Yeah, I think in retrospect, we talked about this a little bit a few episodes ago, how fun number 2 always feels like it happens in retrospect, right? How like you look back.
Well, that's the trick with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does often. Sometimes it's just, you're like
grueling.
But the trick with rambling is figuring out how to enjoy fun number 2 in the moment. That's like the discipline and the skill of being a really good rambler, is seeing through the pain, the fear, the discomfort, the I don't know, poor decisions,
the poor planning,
and realizing that, hey, this is it, pretty epic.
You just think in the middle of it, yeah, we're gonna have a good story at the end of this.
Yeah, and sometimes it tests you, like that.
Yeah,
Iron Mountain Pass Road really tested
your mental,
my patience.
Were you guys on comms at all, or were you just?
No, we weren't. I mean, I guess one of the reasons I would have been other than being wet
Uh-huh.
and not having put myself in that position, I was really like, man, if somebody wipes out and gets hurt,
Yeah,
and
that's
this is
scary.
a Janus group ride, these are our employees.
Yeah.
That's what it was really like.
That's a little stressful.
It's one thing when it's yourself
right.
and it's somebody that you pick to ride with you,
Right.
and you both know each other's skill sets. It's a completely different thing to be responsible for everyone else there and then not actually have put the ride together,
right.
which was my mistake.
Hey,
is I didn't know what the route was.
Sometimes you just got to risk it, Richard. You know, just got to risk it. Be a irresponsible employer every once in a while. John Strawdog says, "Smash that thumbs up button."
Oh, thank you.
That's a great note. If you guys are enjoying the stream, go ahead and hit the thumbs up. Your comments are doing.
If I do it, will it make bubbles?
It might. Your comments are doing amazing work. Just helping the conversation keep going. We've got Rickety Alps.
You don't want to listen to us.
No. Honestly, one of my favorite rides was the trip to Indiana last year and chronicling the multi-day journey on the Facebook owners group. Meeting people at the rally who followed me on the trip was such an honor. That's cool.
That's wonderful.
That's cool. Yeah. What are you guys' most memorable rides? I think it's really interesting to see everyone have different kind of takes on what is memorable for them.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's really interesting.
Maybe it's different what mood you're in too.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
I might give you a different answer if we do this again.
Yeah, well, I've got a few rides that I can think of, but like none that make me feel the way the Maple Syrup Festival one does.
That's awesome.
Racing the Sun says, driving the old BMW Airhead down to Goshen to see Janus bikes for the first time, getting stung by a bee in the upper inner thigh, very close to the jewels. Fun number 1 and 2 on the same ride.
Great.
There's nothing like getting bugs stuck in your helmet either.
I have only had non-stinging insects in my helmet, and I'm very thankful. The worst though, I hit a dragonfly.
Oh,
a big old hunker with my my shoe berth, and there was green stuff all over my visor.
It's like you ran into an alien or something.
Yeah, it was. It's
yeah,
crazy.
there's where I ride out in the middle of nowhere, and
bee stings and
yeah.
I knew one of the guys who bought the third 50cc house van. He quit riding because he was riding a scooter, and he was riding and he hit a bumblebee at like 45 miles an hour, and he came off the bike.
No way.
And also got stung.
That's a double whammy right there. When I ride often, especially in the summer, we got those giant like crickets, those giant grasshoppers that live in the corn.
Like locusts.
Those things are freaking huge. And when they hit you, it kind of knocks your head back a little bit.
Yeah, that dragonfly, it was like...
yeah, okay. See, Kelly and I are on the same page. I had a grasshopper in mind, scared the crap out of me. Yeah, dude, those things are terrifying. Racing the Sun says, wasps inside my helmet on our Lake Huron trip on our 450s.
Oof.
Man, bugs are no bueno.
Yeah.
No bueno.
I like my full face with a visor.
Yeah. I can't imagine riding an open face helmet. That would be crazy. Well, that's all we got for today. We're trying to keep it closer to an hour.
We're making an experiment to see what happens if we don't run overtime this time.
Right. One last comment here. Riding a Honda Monkey, busting brush cross country for 10 miles through the mountains on accident.
Great.
I don't know how you accidentally do that, but I think that's a great comment to leave it on.
Absolutely. Thank you all very much for joining us for this Ramble Stream, and we will be back next week for Ramble Stream number 78, where I will be imbibing
79.
Sorry. I thought I was so smooth there. For Ramble Stream number 79, where I will be imbibing some sort of alcoholic beverage.
Hey.
Again.
Wow. Who knows what Richard will see next week?
Buona Pasquale, as they say in Italian.
I don't know what that means. We'll see you next week.